So following my recent article on weights and measures and going down to GV Check with Rod Bailey, I've done some digging, I've done some unearthing, I've done some sort of thinking around this issue and how best to communicate the weights and the loads and that sort of stuff, and also the impact of the trailer and the location of the loads in the trailer on the car and the trailer itself. Trying not to use any acronyms, but I've done up a bit of a video using some kitchen scales, keeping it quite simple and adding some things, moving around and having a look at it. So this is the first part of those videos I've done, and hopefully it'll explain a little bit about your car and mine, and just to help you understand how the loads work, and it'll be a precursor to my next video where I'll introduce the trailer loads. So have a look at this and let me know what you think. So to represent a weighbridge, I've got two scales. Focusing first on this one, I've got a block of wood that represents my car. I've drawn two lines where the axles go on my dual cab four-wheel drive. And you can see the weight of this is about 270 grams. If we put a 0 on that and call it tonnes, you've got about 2.7 tonnes. So that represents the car. I've got a couple of wedges here that I'll put down just to give a point load. And I've got blocks of sugar cubes, about 4 grams, 4.5 grams each. And you can see the 2 cubes is 9. And if you have 3, it ends up being about 13.5, but the scales calls it 14. So 40 kilograms we're going to call that for our scaled job. So we'll put our wedges down now where the axles are going to be represented. I'm not including the weight of these, I'll just set the scales to 0 because the whole weight will be in the car. And the car is 2.7 tonnes, as I said, which is probably a good starting point for a four-wheel drive. There may be arguments as to my car's lighter than that or heavier than that, but what I'm trying to do here is create an in-principle sort of discussion. So you can see those two numbers there, they add up to the 270 we talked about before, 2.7 tonnes. And let's throw some people in here now. So we got 40 kilograms. Now we're going to make that 80 kilograms in the front seat. And for a passenger, we'll throw another one in, and that gives us 120 kilograms. We could put it up a bit, but I don't want to offend anybody. And we've got 2 kids in the back. We have 40 and 40. So depending on the ages, you can see the numbers now changing on the scales. So now we're going to add some stuff in the back. So we've got 2 cubes there. That's 40 kilograms. Another 40 kilograms there. It might represent a fridge and some gear you're going to pack. Whack another one in for good measure with your food and some camping gear. And on the roof, we've just put there 2 blocks of 80 kilograms. Above the axle is 176. If we take it back behind the axle further, you get 180. So you can see the leverage effect on that has increased the rear axle, but the load on the car is still the same. So those two numbers now add up to 319 grams, or in this model, 3.2 tonnes, which at 3.2 tonnes is about the maximum of most four-wheel drive utes. So there it is. What do you reckon? Yeah, it soon gets away from you, these loads and everything else. I know the sugar cubes are pretty rough, they're 40 kilograms each, but I think you'll agree with me that it just gives a bit of a guide, gives you a bit of a helping hand to see what's next to come. So watch this space, have a look at my website at campandtravel.com.au, and you can even follow me on Facebook on Dave Camp and Travel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and watch out for the next instalment. See you soon. I'll give you some time to digest before I load up the next one. See you soon.